Hey entrepreneur, this is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled These Simple Financial Tips, ladies and gentlemen. Provide some powerful marketing lessons. Every serious marketer such as yourself should definitely be aware of. Entrepreneur, the purpose of this video is to demonstrate to you hopefully how some incredibly powerful and sound financial tips offer an extremely important marketing lesson. I want you to take a look at this. See that beautiful house right there? Let's say that was a house that was in foreclosure recently, and a bank, in order to get it off of their books and to get it back on its asset ledger, they sold it with the following terms. The house is going to retail for $250,000. Now, the loan is for 8% amortized over 30 years. Amortized is a fancy way of saying the loan is paying down. With each payment, so much goes to the interest, so much goes to the principal. And usually the first 10 years, 95% of your payment is nothing but interest, and the remaining 5, 6, 7% goes to your principal. And that's why it takes so long for the house to pay off. Now, an astute investor comes along and they sell that exact same house this way. Oh, I'm sorry, and the monthly payment is, if you take $250,000, amortize it over 30 years, the monthly payment is $1,834.41, give or take, depending on what your calculator you use. And remember, if you put this into a regular calculator, that's not what you're going to get, because a regular calculator can only do simple interest. You need a financial calculator of some kind to be able to do an amortized loan. So I just, in case you run these numbers, I don't want you to say, what is this guy talking about? I'm not getting the same numbers. Now, let's take that same house, sell it for $250,000, but raise the interest rate to 11%, and we're going to finance it over the same 30 years. Now watch what happens. The new monthly payment is $2,380.81. Now the difference is $546 times 360 months. And if you're wondering, well, where does the 360 come from, Mark? Take 12 months in a year, multiply it by 30 years, you get 360 months. So that equals $196,000 on a house you sold for the same price that you bought it for, but you changed the interest rate. Now there's a whole nother way of looking at this. And in fact, one of the niches I'm in called paper. Paper is a fancy way of saying debt. That's what this is all about. Now let me show you something. Take the same 250,000. Make the payment again $2,380.81, but change the interest rate back to the original 8%. And I hope this isn't too much math, and if it is, entrepreneur, I apologize, and I totally get it, because I can remember when I was first learning this stuff, it makes you a little dizzy. But here's what I want you to understand. If you take the increased payment but only charge 8% on it, guess what? Now it only takes you 182 months to pay off this loan instead of the 360. Now, if you deduct 182 from 360, you'll get 178 months worth of savings. So again, here's what I'm trying to point out to you. In business, ladies and gentlemen, anytime, entrepreneur, you can literally break even on your acquisition costs to acquire a customer. Wow. Two things. You can build an enormous list, and you can monetize that list in a lot of ways. And that's what I was trying to show you by moving those variables around. And if you go back and watch this video, hopefully it'll make more sense. Because here's the thing, even if you don't have what's called a back end, meaning you don't have any other products or services to sell your list, there's other savvy entrepreneurs out there that do. And they should be wise enough to see, if they don't have to spend money to create the list and find the new first time customer and all that, it only makes sense for them to pay you to market to your list. In other words, profit share, and only pay you based on the actual profits, not the cost to create the customer. And this can work either way. You can go out and find companies that have already spent the money to build the list, and then you come in with the back end, or vice versa. But the real point I was trying to stress here is, if you're breaking even on an ad, keep going, because you got the ability to build a huge list of customers. that you can monetize down the road. Now, let me be crystal clear. I'm not talking about you losing money and then saying, oh, I'll go out and create a back end. No. In the beginning, when you're just starting out, that's a lot of skill, ladies and gentlemen, and that's a bird in the hand, meaning if you can build the back end. I'm talking about if you are literally breaking even and you're bummed out because you're saying, man, I spent $300 and I only got $300 back. That's golden. That's where you want to be. Keep scaling that thing because you are sitting on a potential gold mine. That was the point I was trying to make, and that's why I wanted to show it to you in math, because people do that in real estate all the time. And let me just show one other thing with this, and I know you can't see the math, but that $250,000 loan that I just showed you, here's what some savvy entrepreneurs do. They know how to go out and borrow that $250,000, and because they can yield, say, 13% on the money, they borrow the money at 8% from private money. Think about it. You say, well, why would somebody let them do that? How much are they getting on that money right now in the bank? 1%, 2%. Here they can secure it with real estate, be in a first mortgage position, get 8% on their money, but because the investor knows what's going on, they're going to net 14% on that money, and that 6% difference, and again, I apologize because you can't see the math, and I hope this is not too, esoteric, but the point being, there's either going to be a profit at the beginning, the middle, or the end. It's the same in business. You can do the exact same thing when you understand profit. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who want to discover how you can add an additional 25% more gross profit to your bottom line, entrepreneur, you want to do so in the next 90 days or less without having to add any new customers or clients, then what you really need to do is grab your free 9-page special report. Just head over to youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales, and that's where you can get it. Now, I got a quick question for you. Ladies and gentlemen, who else do you know in business right now who's struggling? Who could use your help? Do they respect your opinion? Because if they do, I want you to forward this video to them and help them out. So thank you for it later. Entrepreneur, on the other hand, if you're wondering what you need to do to get to the next level with your business, product, or service, then I'm going to highly recommend you grab your free 22-part Small Business Marketing Mastery Series, because this is an additional free 22 emails that you're going to get, ladies and gentlemen, on top of the free 9-page special report. It's my free gift to you. It's my way of saying thank you and welcome to the inner circle. But now here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody can be everything to everybody, myself included. If for whatever reason, entrepreneur, you join the inner circle and you find out it's not for you, then by all means, please feel free to unsubscribe anytime you want for whatever reason you wish, and we can still be friends. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. We'll see you again next time on the Marketing Minute.